ignore all that. So yeah, I'm from Ribbit, which represents the other half of JP's interest at the moment. And we have open API for doing things like making calls and taking voicemail and managing transcription and SMS and all that sort of stuff. And I've always been a TiddlyWiki enthusiast. When I first joined BT like 3 years ago, I think one of the first things I did was went to a talk by John Lister and started getting interested in TiddlyWiki and what I could do with it. And then I think 6 months later I'd started building a reporting platform for the area that I was working. But anyway, that's entirely dull. What I'm doing at the moment is looking at interesting use cases where wikis could be extended by using voice or transcription. And I built just a little demonstration of a TiddlyWiki that was pull in your voicemail from your message box for you, from your Ribbit account.
What's the situation with Ribbit, Ben? Can anybody sign up for it, or is it?
So the situation is that you can, if you're a BT employee, which I realise not everyone is, if you sign up with your BT account and send an email, and you'll get a free account to do whatever the hell you want with. Okay. The other is that it's a free beta trial, so you can sign up and you get $25 worth of credits to make calls and do all your experimentation and all that sort of stuff. At the moment, I don't think we've got a complete handle on the proper billing side, but at the moment,
that limit is to prevent
free-for-all.
abuse. It's not designed to discourage experimentation. If somebody was doing an experiment that cost £26.
Yeah, we know that if you're experimenting with something, it's probably worthwhile. Right? So yeah, you can go to developer.ribbit.com and sign up for an account and get $25 worth of credit. So what this is doing is signing in to my private domain account. I've also got a plugin. I've got a generic Ribbit login plugin that will deal with the two account sort of types. You can create an application in your own little world that has all of your own users, and you can manage all your own billing and all that sort of stuff. Or you can create an account in the public Ribbit world, so Ribbit deals with all your billing. So what I've done is just logged into my own private account. So if I wanted, I can have any number of users that I want using this application. And what it's done is it's gone and got all of my messages and saved to local storage in HTML all of the message content. So we've got this transcription here, and then we've got the audio element here, which you'll be able to play online and offline, if only this little bit of stinking code would work, right? So that is supposed to be good old HTML5, as I'll say now, for this is a big old blob in local storage, play me, only it's not bloody working.
Oh, right.
So other than that, right, so the use case for this particular example is I've got all of my voicemail, I can listen to it offline, I can make notes on it, and then I've also got the code in here to do a callback, but as I say, I'm quite bored of making phones ring, Paul, so sorry about that.
Can I just make sure? So I ring your phone, I leave a message on your answer phone, and then effectively you can access it through your TiddlyWiki.
Yeah. So
it transcribes it to text.
It transcribes it to
it'll
text.
transcribe it to text. So what this will do is it will produce a tiddler for each message that you've got, saying you've got a message, and then when that message is transcribed, it'll update it, give you transcription. But before that, it'll give you the little blob. I'll call it a blob because that's actually
blob
what it is.
Audio.
In local storage.
Right.
So that's your browser's local storage in HTML5 that saves the message, so you can still listen to it, and then you can make notes
so
using.
Even the voice you can hear without having to be online at the time.
Yeah. So what I've done is a little hack.
You could bring up your wiki.
I want one of these.
So it writes, you phone your wiki and it say, Alex, you're looking really great today, but your shoes are a little bit dusty.
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
Make sure you clean them before you come down to London.
Yep.
I go home, my tip to the top is recorded.
That's right, yeah. So this is just an example of the client side. So this is only going to go and get your messages when you're loading up the page.
Right.
And you're connected online. Otherwise, it'll show you all the messages that it's previously got to that. There's also another version.
Can you do text to speech?
So I could screen read off it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I could just use the screen. Well, you guys know.
As in you type a message and then it'll turn it into voice and send it off to someone else.
Or I ring it up and say, read me Tiddler Benjam.
Yeah, so this is one of the problems that I wanted to deal with, right? So some more generic use cases that I want to deal with was leaving comments using your voice. So let's say I've got a team task TiddlyWiki, which I'm going to go on record saying it's my favourite vertical team tasks, and I've got a task and I want to leave a note about that, and I'm in the car. The only problem I have is initiating the call without a reference to anything on the page. Yeah. So I could say, this is a task and it has ID 11111. Yeah. So I phone up a number and I go 11111, and then it will come back and pull into the TiddlyWiki, right? Yeah. But that's not a very pretty way of doing it, is it? So I really would like a prettier way of doing that. Now the thing you're proposing is something that I've wanted to do in a long while, which I'm thinking about putting some time aside to do, which is take a server and have a genericized model for, this is a transcription, look for these highlight words, and then interpret the message and do something with it that makes sense to me. So I say, I'm going to be in Paris for Le Web, and that'll say, Paris, sign me up for a trip, Le Web, sign me up for a conference on Confab, and I get stuff back for free. Yeah. So yeah, that's something else I'm interested in. As I was saying, the other side of this is the client side with TiddlyWeb. I can't really be bothered to show it right now, but I've written a plugin for Jerry. Where's Jerry? That will take notifications from the Ribbit service. So when you sign up and you make an application on Ribbit, you can say, send anything that happens to this URL, which effectively means if anyone picks up a call, anyone initiates a call, anyone leaves a message, it will send a bit of JSON to your server, and then you can interpret it as you see fit. So that's up in Python, and Fred did the initial bit for it, and hopefully in the next couple of months Jerry and I will have a use case for BT engineers to be able to dial in all of their comments on their jobs, which should be useful. But in the meanwhile, does anyone know how HTML5 audio elements work? Because this is really irritating me. No? Just me?
Base64 encoded, is that what's
yeah, it's base64 encoded on local storage.
Is that encrypted for?
It's not. It's
so if you then go to a different browser with the same TiddlyWiki file, can you re-download it?
I was wondering if you need to put data on a URL, because you say new audio.
yeah, and then this is message, so audio data points at the local store for.
I think that's like a URI, and I think only if you put like data colon plus that.
So point at the resource rather than point at a point to the resource.
URIs.
Yeah, the annoying thing is that I've seen this working in exact example somewhere else. But let's sit down and I'd love to. That's the only thing that's broken with it, which is really irritating.